Hey, what is up, guys? JP Land here, and welcome back. Oh, this feels so weird. It's been literally 3 weeks since I've made a video. It's been a second, that's for sure. Why? Well, I'll tell you right now. It's been a pretty interesting October. In the beginning of October, I got into an accident, and so I haven't had a car in a second, and I've been going to work. I've been really busy, but also in a lot of pain. Pain that's been restricting me from coming to the theme parks as often as I do. I do attend Horror Nights like maybe once or twice a week, but not for long, maybe like the last hour. Because first of all, it's so busy, and second of all, I don't think I'm capable of being in the theme park for longer than maybe 2 hours right now. It's been a rough month, and hopefully things lighten up in November. But on top of that, I've also been working at the Haunted Hayride. I've been scare acting at the Haunted Hayride, and so my sleep schedule has just been pretty But after the accident happened, I haven't gone to work. I think I just started going back to work last night. Because these last few days of October, the Haunted Hayride is every single night. But I wasn't able to go to work after the accident. But look, they're resuming construction over here in New York Street. They've actually added a little more scaffolding around the street itself. You can see they're finally starting work over here. It's been like that for a second. And then the scaffolding on the side over here is fairly new. New York Street is going to get a new look to it. I'm assuming they're going to build like a cafe. There used to be a little candy shop inside of this building, and I feel like it's been vacant since they've closed it. On top of that, they've moved these Horror Night props to the side as well. So there's a little more space between the fire towers and this prop over here, mostly because of the construction. Obviously, because of the construction, the window characters up here haven't been able to come out, so they made a little spot to meet them. There's quite a few of them that come out. I know the main ones are Mario and Maria. I believe that's their names. But there's a bunch of different characters. They've decorated this little section a lot better now. But they don't just sit around here. They walk around New York Street. They're obviously not limited to one spot. It's obviously the final week of Horror Nights, so we're gonna start to see the plaza closure very, very soon. I think beginning next Wednesday, literally the day after Halloween Horror Nights ends, you'll see the plaza covered up in walls as they get ready to bring Grinchmas once again this year. There aren't gonna be many changes with Grinchmas. It's basically gonna be the same event. The Christmas in the Wizarding World will return, but there will be a new show over here in Whoville, or the Snowflake as they call it, called the Hoobie Doo Wops. I think that's what it's called, and it's gonna be a new live show. I'm assuming, just based on the name, it's just gonna be some Who's giving off some a cappella tunes. So I'm excited for Grinchmas to come along. Obviously, the theme park will start closing later as well. Usually they close at 10 o'clock on busier nights, so I'm excited for that. But take a look at this 22-inch all-beef chili cheese hot dog. This is for Halloween Horror Nights. But they also have a new snack over here at the city snack shop, and it's the cinnamon roll. Look at this massive cinnamon roll. I'd imagine it's warmed up, and it looks really, really good. And it's giant. Love it. But it's just the last stretch of Horror Nights now. Very, very sad. I'm definitely gonna miss this year, and officially another year in the books. I really don't know what I'm gonna miss this year. There were so many great haunted houses this year. Like Monstros was one of my favorites. Obviously, my most favorite was probably Chucky or The Exorcist, or maybe Stranger Things. I don't know. I can't really decide. But all of those haunted houses were great. Monstrous, I will say, had a rough start. It was lacking scare actors. maybe through the first few weeks of September. And then while October came along, I think it definitely picked up, and I started liking the haunted house a lot more. It kind of grew on me. I'm like, okay, this is kind of cool. And the actors just made this haunted house. They were insane, high energy, and they obviously have a passion for the haunted house they work in. Huge dirt piles over there. We'll take a look in a moment, but just wanted to walk through French Street and appreciate this scare zone over here. They did an incredible job with this scare zone as well, both scenically and character design. They did really, really good with the character design. I also really like that they made this scare zone, if you may, feel a little more full by wheeling out these ginormous skeletons through the middle. It also allowed the characters in this scare zone, or the scare actors, to be a little more creative, a little more free roaming. They would scare, jump out from behind those skeletons. I would see a lot of scare actors, I'm not sure if they're able to do this, but I saw a few of them jump out from behind these little posters. But I really am hoping for a different type of design next year for whatever scare zone comes into this location. Hopefully less boxed scare zones. I think it's better if we have more props rather than those posters. Over here in this section of the park, there is a slight refurbishment going on. It's winter right now. Well, it's kind of, well, I wouldn't say winter, but it's almost winter, and it's also a lot cooler. So this allows them to finally give this section of the park a refurbishment, obviously repainting everything. It looks like they've already completed repainting the area. I could tell this was all water and sun faded, and that minion up there was not as vibrant, and they've definitely repainted this area. Very excited to see it back in action very soon. All right, and now looking at what I'm assuming you all were waiting for, the Fast and Furious roller coaster construction progress. They are hard at work. Very, very hard at work. It's been pretty quiet this past maybe 2-3 weeks now. I did glance on it. I looked at other videos, and it didn't look like there were any major changes, but now the entirety of Animal Actors is gone. They removed that little structure over here. It was there for a while. There is still a little bit of special effects remaining, though. If you look all the way to the back there, you could see that a part of the castle stage is remaining, and I'm assuming that won't last for very long. It's very obvious that they're tearing, whatever you want to say it, tearing this place apart. They're almost done ripping apart all of the shrubbery. You can see the coaster probably ends right there. That's a big layout. It starts over here, goes around the escalators, which I'm assuming that'll happen, and then goes around, comes back there, turns around, goes up this hill and back to the station. It's gonna be a big roller coaster. This is huge. It doesn't look that big in the camera, but if you look at this in person, it's massive. But yeah, they're hard at work. Looks like they're I don't know what this thing is, but what it looks like he's doing is rolling the ground to make it a little thinner, a little easier to tear apart. So I think maybe that's what that machine does. I'm not too sure. We could see it in action here. Looks like he's gonna be rolling the ground. Let's see what he does. Oh, never mind. But I'm assuming that's what happens. It looks like the ground is very loose, and loose ground is much easier to work with, but it does look like it's gonna rain, and maybe it did rain a little bit this morning, and that usually delays construction. So hopefully we don't see too much rain in the beginning of next year, so we don't see or experience any delays with the construction of this. And hopefully they can get rebar and foundation poured in, so that way they could work during the rain as well, giving us some vertical work. Obviously no coaster supports yet. They're still hard at work on tearing this mountain down. It's gonna look very different in maybe 2 weeks. I can assure that, just based on how everything's looking right now and how much everything has changed within the last week or two. Some very interesting deconstruction vehicles. I've never seen anything like this in my life. I want to see what that does. Look at this one. It's just pushing some dirt away, clearing out the path. Looks like they also cut the electrical over here, and they have some plywood down there. When they were taking down the trees, there were a lot of like bugs flying around and stuff around this area, at least. No more bugs. No more bugs. So that's always nice. Oh, there it goes. There it goes. Yeah, that's cool. That's really cool. I have no idea what the purpose of that is, but it looks really cool. Yeah, that's all the construction we have with Fast and Furious. I'll definitely get some different angles onto it as well, but I wanted to stop by over here inside of Super Silly Funland, but because it seems like they moved or aren't operating any of the carnival games, which is interesting. Oh, it looks like they are doing some groundwork here. Yeah, we'll take a look at that. Looks like they're just resurfacing the ground here. They'll probably do this side first and then the opposite side maybe next week. So we'll keep an eye on that, but it looks like the floor is very fresh. Very, very fresh. Just walking around this area now. I noticed Hello Kitty has her little Halloween outfit. That's so cute. Honestly, it feels like October is over. It doesn't feel like it's Halloween anymore. Like the closer we get to Halloween, the less it feels like Halloween. It's so weird. But now that I'm starting to feel a little bit better and get a little bit better, I'm definitely gonna start posting a lot more often. Maybe 2 or 3 updates a week at this point right now, and then we'll start going back to daily. Maybe next month once my back is just much better. I've been going to the chiropractor and stuff, and that's definitely helped. I don't know what the point of the chiropractor is. I think they loosen your joints so that way the tension isn't there. It breaks the tension. And that's definitely helped. I've been going twice a week now. And I went today and I just feel really good right now. So that's why I came over to Universal. I know I'm like topic jumping right now, but I wanted to talk about the Chucky haunted house. I think it was such a great concept as a haunted house, but I think it's a better concept for an attraction, a whole theme park attraction. So maybe, just maybe, where the old Walking Dead attraction was, they could turn that into a Chucky dark ride. Imagine how popular and how busy it would be. And all they have to do is turn it into like a Disneyland style attraction. Maybe the same layout as the haunted house even. And just imagine how popular and how much money they would make off of it. Just on merchandise, ticket sales. And there's so many people that would want to do and see a Chucky ride. I don't know. That might never happen. But when I was walking through the Chucky haunted house, I'm like, this is such a perfect concept for a dark ride. And they already have all the little animatronics for the Chucky attraction. You could just repurpose them into a ride. I don't know. Might just be a little bit of a stretch, but that would be really cool to see. Kind of crazy that they already cleared out this area. It wasn't clear at all. Like last week when I came to the park, it was not clear at all. All I gotta say is I'm so excited to see all the vertical construction work very, very soon. Wow. Wow, wow. I'm surprised they don't have any like posters or any themed walls to the coaster. Any promotion in general could definitely start up some hype for this new roller coaster. They just haven't been very vocal about the roller coaster. They've been very, very quiet, which means they probably have big things planned. But also look at this, they already have Christmas lights around the plaza. They're not waiting, that's for sure. But I remember last year, they were actually like decorating in the middle of HHN. Like if you went into the pets area, you would see Christmas decorations. If you went into French Street, you would see Christmas decorations. They didn't do that this year, luckily. Because I think that's really annoying, seeing Christmas decorations in October while a Halloween event is going on. They still have lights, but lights aren't very visible at night, especially. No decorations yet, but I can definitely assure you that probably November 1st or 2nd, that first week of November, we're gonna see a crap ton of decorations around the entire theme park. I think the hardest thing to let go for Horror Nights is probably the Purge, Dangerous Waters. I loved that show. I've seen it so many times and it's so good. All right, they finally started discounts on most of the Horror Nights merch now. 30% off this week. Next week will probably be 50% off, and then 90% off the second week of November. Historically, that's how it's been since 2010, I want to say. And they increased the discount ever so slightly until the merchandise sells out. And I think 90% off is the max they would take off. The question is, which piece of merchandise are you buying? I don't know. I kind of like these new jean jackets. They're fairly new. They released them this month. But I just don't like the prints in the back. I wish it was more Horror Nights than Stranger Things. I don't know, because it says Halloween Horror Nights 2023 in the front. I'd have turned this red. Maybe you could customize this, but I would definitely change the back. Okay, so there's two pieces of merchandise I need to buy. So the Monsters of Latin America, obviously, original house t-shirt. Never been done before, or in recent years at least. And then also the Holidays in Hell t-shirt. So here's the discount. If it was $22, it's now $14.99. If it was like $5, it would be $3.49. I'm gonna personally wait until it's 50% off, because I also really want to purchase the Terror Tram hoodie right over here. But I'm also really afraid of waiting, because if this sells out, it sells out. And they only have one sweater with my size, being medium. So maybe I should buy it today. I love the design. I didn't really like the Terror Tram that much this year. I feel like it was very lackluster on scare actors. I feel like they could have done much more. And then much more decorations as always. But they did better in terms of decorations this year for Terror Tram. But hopefully next year we see or start seeing more decorations. So the Terror Tram hoodie is $65. And if it were $65 right now, it'd be $44.99, which isn't horrible. I think I'm just going to get it. I don't want to wait. But do I get medium or large? Because then if it shrinks, they're never going to reproduce this piece of merchandise again. And I really like the acid wash texture. I feel like they should start making more acid wash clothing. There's literally only one medium and one large left. Oh, I think I'm going to have to get it today, guys. Oh, man. Also, it's really odd timing, but this is a new piece of merchandise that was just released maybe this week. The Chucky Hello Kitty collab was completely sold out, by the way, so can't get any of that. But this is new, so get it while it lasts, because I know it's gonna last maybe 2 nights. I think the biggest change inside of the theme park is that they started selling zero sugar Monster, and I'm so happy because this is the only Monster I drink, either this one or the zero sugar strawberry flavored Monster. But you could get it at any location that sells Monster. So if you see a Monster, I don't know what they're called, like the circular refrigerators, they have this. And then if you go to the Universal Studio store, they have it as well. So big change. So this winter will be the very first winter / Christmas for Super Nintendo World. And I wonder if they'll do the same festivities as they do in Universal Studios Japan. They decorate the Mushroom Kingdom. They have a few Christmas decorated characters. I wonder if they'll do anything similar this year over here in Hollywood. We'll see. Nothing that I've seen quite yet, but once we get closer to the holidays at Universal, we'll keep you updated. But that will wrap up our update here at Universal Studios Hollywood. I hope you guys enjoyed today's update. I know it's been a while and I really apologize, but I hope you guys have a great day and I hope you enjoyed today's update. I'll see you guys really soon.